Well. Let's talk about Andrew Tate.
Rapping is my weapon and this bar's are ammunition. When I fire in the booth, I hit the targets, never miss them. I'm about to block your arteries and cause an embolism. This ain't a song or a freestyle, it's a reverse exorcism. Motherfucker, never give a shit about my...
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Amir. You can call me Dr. MantiKore. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about someone extremely controversial, a very controversial topic. I'm going to give you guys my 2 cents on Andrew Tate and his brother and what I think of him and his brother, his arrest or their arrest and detainment or imprisonment in Romania, and what I think about this whole thing, whether he's guilty or not. Let's talk about it. So, listen, as somebody who came across Andrew Tate a little while ago, my first, impression was this guy is obnoxious and infuriating. Like,
reviews on the color. Some people said they like it, some people said they don't like it, and I said, well, what color's your Bugatti? Oh, fuck off then.
I was like, who the fuck is this guy, man? And what is he talking about? But the kind of person I am, I tend to take my emotions out of someone's opinion, and dive into it from an objective point of view, if that makes sense, from like a logical point of view. And that's what I did, and I started watching his podcasts, long form content, and I watched hours upon hours upon hours of Andrew Tate's podcasts in order to form my own opinion of this person. Now, I'm not gonna lie, my opinion is probably gonna shock a bunch of you, and some of you might hate me for this, or unfollow me, or unsubscribe, or whatever the case may be. I frankly don't care, because one thing that this man stands for, that I wish a lot of other men would stand for, is speaking your mind, standing up for what you believe is right, and sticking to it, right? When it comes to his opinions, I agree maybe 90% and disagree 10%, right? Some of his views on women and his personal life, he has a bunch of women that he's involved with, and he's got a couple of kids from them. To each their own. However, I disagree with that, that doesn't mean that I completely hate the guy or think he's a sex trafficker or human trafficker or horrible person, because I've seen enough content from him to form my own judgment. I don't know the guy personally, there's people can have multiple faces, but based on what I've seen from him as a public figure on multiple different podcasts, very famous podcasts, he doesn't come across as a sex trafficker to me anyway, right? Because he's a huge advocate on being masculine and men sticking to their traditional masculine role, providing for women, protecting women, provisioning, supporting women. He believes in the idea of love and marriage. He has a problem with the government side of marriage, but he does believe in marriage, and he believes that a man should be a man and support his woman so that she doesn't live a difficult life. He also believes that trauma is extremely detrimental to women, even though it's inevitable to a lot of us, but he wants to shield his women from trauma, from pain. So I kind of understand and agree with a bunch of things that he says, with some of his ideologies. Let's talk about him being detained. He was released a few days ago, coincidentally on on the 24th anniversary of The Matrix, the movie, right? Which came out on the 31st of March 1999. And goddamn, I'm old. And coincidentally, he got released on the same day as the release of the movie. Listen, I do not believe that there's a shred of evidence to indicate that these two brothers were using the lover boy method to trap women, to make them come to their house, fly to their house, stay there against their own will, use them, abuse them sexually, whatever the case may be, use them in order to run a webcam business, which they don't have anymore, right? They've come out openly and said a while ago that they don't do that anymore. Andrew Tate converted to the religion of Islam when he was in Dubai. He's a religious man, You know, there's so many factors that there's a lot of conspiracy going on with this whole arrest, right? So they detained these brothers as soon as they came back to Romania after being away for like 3 months in Dubai, in London. So think about this. They were in Dubai, which is a very strict country, right? You can't even, if you do OnlyFans and you get caught, you get deported, right? So they're quite strict. If this guy was a sex trafficker or a human trafficker, do you actually think he would be allowed to enter the country of UAE? And then he can easily, freely go to London, you know, do a bunch of podcasts, shopping, and then fly back to Romania, and then, oh, he gets caught. And as of course, as soon as he's caught, the entire press is outside of his house videoing him and his brother. Coincident? I don't know. And then they kept him for like 4 months almost with zero evidence. Listen, hate the guy or love the guy, I don't care. But that itself, in and of itself, isn't right. I know it's also a thing in America, you know, you detain someone, you keep them until you finish your investigation, but they've been under investigation since last year, and I mean like since maybe 12 months, April last year, right? April last year. And they found nothing against these men. These guys have CCTV cameras in their house. So how? And they've had so many people over, you know, doing podcasts. They've had people from Vice. They've had a bunch of other people from like Fresh and Fit and a bunch of other guys to come to their house and stay with them. And everyone vouches for them that these guys are not sex traffickers or human traffickers, right? Then again, we don't know what happens behind closed doors. But based on what the public has access to, there is zero evidence to indicate that these guys were sex traffickers. However, they were detained for 4 months without being charged, with zero evidence, and even the WhatsApp messages leaked from women that actually wanted to frame these two brothers and get a bunch of money out of them. And you know, they basically were saying, oh, you know, I can use Tristan because he loves me, so I can do this and do that and get a bunch of money. The leaks are out there, you can go watch for yourself, right? And what my problem is, anytime I go to a comment section based on something related to Andrew Tate, anytime I enter the comment section and I see people that actually wish that he was a sex trafficker. So people actually wish that people, innocent people, were trafficked sexually. Like, you hate him that much that you would wish ill on innocent people. You would rather have people be sexually trafficked, than have the guy like not like be innocent. You know what I mean? It's so sad. And most of these people that hate this dude can't really tell me why. There was a conversation I had with a liberal lady on my Instagram when I posted about Andrew Tate, and she was like, why do you support Andrew Tate? He's a rapist. I'm like, where's the evidence that he raped someone? And she was like, yeah, there's WhatsApp voice messages that of him talking to a girl saying how lucky she was to get, you know, effed by him, you know, so many. And these people are literal sheeps. They can't form their own opinion. As soon as I saw that, right? As soon as I saw those voice messages, which I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've seen as well, they were really graphic, And for me, for someone who's watched hours of this guy on podcasts, it was out of character. So I did a little bit of digging. Turns out you can actually use AI technology, right, to use famous people's voices and write whatever sentence that you want and generate an audio file, which is flawless, by the way, impeccable, right? And use that.
Let me show you how easy it is to fool you. An 8-year-old could do it on his phone, making him the smartest top G on the planet. Are you ready? I wonder how people will react to this, just how easily they can convince you of nonsense. If you don't stand up, next time it could be you. Andrew and Tristan would never delete themselves. I'm one of the most dangerous men on this planet. Sometimes you forget how lucky you are. This is deep fake. Share and like this video to piss off the Matrix and wake people up. Also, some wouldn't hurt. I need money for a Bugatti. Stay woke. Now that you know how easily this can be fabricated, are you gonna look at this emotionally or logically? I love Brittany Renner.
It's funny, it's hilarious that people can't put 2 cents together and understand that maybe maybe this is false. But no, every time some bullshit comes out, they're like, yep, this is correct, that's correct, what the media is telling me is correct, the war in Ukraine is right, this is right, that is right. Like, they can't do their own research and actually find out whether what they're being fed as information is actually accurate information, right? So you know, I'm kind of glad that they're released. They're not fully released. They're under house arrest until the investigation continues. And honest to God, I think I believe, you know, I don't know the guys, I don't know them personally. Maybe they've done some questionable things in their past, tax evasion. Maybe they slept with some women that, I don't know. There's a bunch of things that they did that I don't agree with, right? But that doesn't mean that I want them to be sex traffickers. That doesn't mean I want innocent people to be abused and mistreated and assaulted by these two guys, right? And the funny thing is, as I've mentioned before, CCTV footage, the CCTV in his house, and there's no evidence. There's no evidence of him committing any crime, which is hilarious to me. Like, people actually believe he was detained or put in jail because he was a sex trafficker. Like, you're so gullible, and a lot of people form opinions and conclusions so quickly without actually thinking. Like, okay, who's this guy? He's on my feed all the time. Do I know him? No. Do I believe that he's a sex trafficker? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's Google him. Let's watch some videos. And he's not. Like, as I've shown you, I've watched so much of this dude's podcast, and to me, I don't believe he's a sex trafficker. If he is, I hope that justice is served. I hope he gets the punishment that he deserves. If he is a sex trafficker, if he's a criminal. What's also funny is that so many people visited Epstein's island and most definitely committed a bunch of fucking heinous crimes. And they're roaming free, everyone's supporting them, everyone's so happy for them when they succeed. They've got fans and supporters. Nobody bats an eye when these people that they know were on Epstein's island are free and doing their own thing. But yeah, let's put the most famous man on the internet at the moment, who was making a lot of young men wake up and actually fight against the system, or the matrix, as he calls him, right? So let's silence him, because we don't want young men to have a voice or to form their own opinion, like, or have their own businesses. We want them to enter the slave force, work a 9 to 5, be in debt, be fat, have the ability to just always be agreeable, never say no to us. We can just use them as puppets, and yeah, we keep the economy going, you know. There's so many reasons, there's so many things, but you know, this is just my 2 cents. I think they're both innocent. To me, innocent until proven guilty. Unfortunately, a lot of people are like, yep, fucking BBC News said he's a sex trafficker, so he's a sex trafficker. CNN said he's a sex trafficker, so he's a sex trafficker. No, innocent until proven guilty. I guess we'll find out in a few months. But yeah, that's about it, folks. Let me know if you want me to make more videos like this. I really enjoy sitting here and talking to you about things that I'm passionate about. And yeah, thank you so much for checking out the video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Are they innocent? Are they guilty? What are your thoughts on this whole situation? And yeah, hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. My name is Amir. You can call me Dr. MantiKore, and I'm out of here. Peace.